since you came back. How's it feel to be back out there?
Yeah, it feels good. I had a bit of a 8-week injury, which was obviously new to me. So the first one I've had in my career, really. So it was new, but yeah, it's just nice to be back out there helping the boys. Yeah, still trying to just get my match sharpness, but overall I feel really good. Yeah.
Do you feel any kind of extra responsibility coming back in, given the results haven't been great while you've been out?
Yeah, you could say that. Obviously, like since the gaffer's come in, every game I've sort of been fit for, I've sort of played. So that shows obviously like the trust the gaffer and Chaddy have in me. But I think all the boys feel that responsibility, whether you start, whether you're on the bench. I think as a collective, we've got to take responsibility for the situation we're in. And whatever 11 goes out there and whatever subs come on, we all have to sort of man up and take more responsibility for ourselves, because the gaffer can put us on the pitch, but it's us that has to do the work. So yeah, we're all responsible for it, really.
What was he like in the dressing room after the Doncaster game?
Yeah, I think it was more disappointment. I think half time to concede 3 goals in a half was very disappointing, especially the 2 within the first 6 minutes, which were very avoidable. Because I think it was more disappointment in terms of, because he knows that we can score goals. We scored 3 away from home and come away with nothing. I think that's the most disappointing thing. Just the way we're conceding goals at the moment, which we need to sort out.
You did sort it out though against Barrow. Does that feel like it can be a turning point for the team, given you got that clean sheet?
Yeah, I think that's what we sort of spoke about. Obviously, sort of that break in the cycle of not getting anything from games, like you said, can hopefully be a turning point for us. It obviously wasn't the best of games for us in terms of going forward. It was sort of the contrast of Doncaster, where I thought against Donny going forward we looked really good, scored 3 goals. But then against Barrow again, we were defensively solid. We sort of, like you said, manned up and sort of had to grind it out. It's not a nice place to go. The pitch isn't great, but it's just sort of one of them games where you sort of come away from, and especially in the situation we are in, it sort of was like a must not lose in a way. We couldn't lose that, so it was nice to come away from a point. And yeah, like you said, just sort of break the cycle of not getting anything from games. Hopefully, that can just instill a bit of confidence in us going into the next sort of January fixtures.
Obviously, the home form's going to be absolutely crucial between now and the end of the season. I think you've lost your last 3 games at home. You've also got Newport on Saturday. How important is it that you put that right? Because when a team's struggling and they're not doing well at home, it just feeds into the crowd and the atmosphere. And it feels to me like if you can get your home form right, that'll completely change the atmosphere around the club.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's just that sort of, hopefully that one win can change it around. We know how good the crowd can be here when we've sort of won games here, and the crowd can really help us. But again, like you said, when we're not winning at home and not playing well, it can have the opposite effect, where everything just sort of seems to, I don't know, just cloud above us. And but yeah, like you said, we just need to sort of, home or away, we just need to start winning games. I think we've been alright away from home, to be fair. We've had some good results, but like you said, now we just need to sort our home form out, and it starts on Saturday, so yeah, looking forward to it.
And kind of that anxiety maybe from the crowd weigh on the players a little bit when you're out there? Is it difficult to perform when it feels like everything's going in the wrong direction? Admittedly, I know you feel like you turned the corner now, but just I need to start saying in general. Yeah,
it can do. I think wherever you play, it can feel like that, especially at home when sort of you need the crowd to help you. But in terms of sort of when you're out on the football pitch as a footballer, it's sort of, once you're in the game, you sort of block everything out. The outside noise sort of gets blocked out. So hopefully that's sort of what we got to concentrate, really, our performance on the pitch, and then that will help the crowd, hopefully.
What's the mood like in the dressing room after Monday? Is everyone feeling a little bit better about things going into what's obviously going to be a really key few weeks? I think you've got Colchester and a couple of other teams down there as well coming up.
Yeah, it was sort of, like you said, it was a break of the cycle, so everyone was sort of happy with that. And in terms of the way we ground out the result, it's a new year. Sort of hopefully we can build on it. We've got some big games coming up, obviously Newport, Bradford away, Colchester, but they're all exciting games everyone wants to play in, so hopefully we can just start with a win on Saturday.
And from your perspective, obviously since you joined the club, it's not been the easiest period, has it, really? Have you enjoyed the experience overall though so far, despite what's obviously been a frustrating season and a half?
Yeah, like you said, 18 months now, it's sort of flown by, but I've loved every minute I've been here, from the first day I arrived. The main aim coming here was just to play games. I had sort of a in and out 2 years of not playing, so I think for me coming here was just about playing games, and I've sort of done that. Obviously the results haven't been great, and it's obviously not where any footballer wants to be, sort of down the bottom of the leagues, but it is what it is, and like I've got to now stand up and sort of use my experiences from the past to sort of hopefully get us out of it. We've got quite an experienced squad as well, with players that have played at a lot higher level, won things, and so I think it's all about just coming together and just sort of performing on the pitch.
You settled in Manchester, enjoying the area?
Yeah, I like Manchester. Obviously I'm a southern boy, but yeah, Manchester's good. The weather's not great, but no, it's a good place to live. It's good.
Just final one. Obviously, Rochdale's such a proud club, and it's got a very long history in the Football League. Obviously, you guys don't want to be the team that's the ones that are relegated, I guess, and it's obviously a huge 5 months ahead. Not just for you as players, but for everyone at the club.
Yeah, of course. No one wants a relegation on their CV as a footballer, as a member of staff here, and obviously, like you said, with the with the club and what it's about, it'll be the worst thing possible probably for the club to go down. Like you said, it's on ourselves, the players that we have in the building right now, and the staff we have to make sure that doesn't happen, because obviously it affects not just us, the staff, it affects people that work at the club, the community. It's sort of their livelihoods are on us to sort of not make that happen, and I think if you speak to every player, they're all determined for that not to happen.